The Braves are back at Doran Park, where a game may or may not happen tonight against the Braves and Whitecaps. Welcome to a pregame Tomahawk Talk. Calvin Christoforo, Daniel Coates, and Reeves Jackson. And Daniel, more rain in the forecast tonight after a game last night that had two separate rain delays and lasted about 5 hours and 13 minutes in a game that ended up in a tie, 1-1 against the Harwich Mariners. The second game in a row where we really have seen this offense that has been firing on all cylinders really stagnant. What did you see in the offense last night, and how can they improve with that approach today?
They seemed tense at the plate, and what I've noticed after the break was that after spike ball and playing wiffle ball out on the field, and the interns, even we took part in some of those activities, but they loosened up after that break, and I think that's what they need to do. Start going out there, have fun, don't worry about the win streak, just go out and attack the ball. Colton Bender was the first batter that was faced after that break, and he sent a rocket into left center for a home run, and that was really all that we needed to do to get that draw, but need to loosen up a bit. Last time we played the Brewster Whitecaps at Brewster, Tanner Schobel 4 for 5, highlighted by a bomb to left center, so hopefully he's in the lineup and we can see that type of production again.
You were trying to play yourself into a couple of at-bats in that wiffle ball game in the outfield, but the game ended in tie. The Braves now 6-0-2 on the season. Reeves, Andrew Taylor getting the ball today on the mound, who had a stellar outing against Falmouth. 4 innings pitched. I believe there was 8 strikeouts in that game. Really the best outing we've seen, a start we've seen so far this season, and every starter has been great. What did you see in that appearance, and how can you build up that today?
Well, Calvin, first of all, Daniel did play his way into a few at-bats.
Did he?
But he had to face me, and I was pitching, and we know what happened after that. It was lockdown. But lockdown is lockdown's the word for the Braves pitching staff here this season. That's exactly what Andrew Taylor was at Falmouth last week, and that's what we're hoping he is again today. As you mentioned, 8 strikeouts over 4 innings, and I think you could make an argument that it's probably the most dominant start of any Braves starter all season long. Obviously, you've seen good starts from Christoforo. Zawak was excellent at Katuitt on Sunday, but I think Andrew Taylor in that start at Falmouth, 8 strikeouts over 4 innings. Are you kidding me? And there's a reason he struck out 125 and only walked 24 at Central Michigan, and he was excellent, a 1.81 ERA. So if he just does the same today, I don't think he has to change too much because he's so confident in his ability to throw strikes and get ahead of hitters, and I think he needs to do the same thing again today.
And also an unmatched mustache to boot. That thing is beautiful. But Daniel, a new problem has really arisen for this Braves team, and that's been the woes on defense. Coming into last night, tied for the least amount of errors on the Cape, but you never want to see a 4 spot under the letter E on the scoreboard. But that's exactly what happened last night. Was it just a bad game, or do you think this is a trend?
It was 4 errors, and I think the trend is just a lack of communication out there in those dead spots between the infield and the outfield, and even within the outfield itself, and that's because you have players from all these different programs coming together. I think it just comes with time to get that communication down, especially when Harvey Shapiro is switching it up in the infield as well as the outfield. So these guys aren't used to playing with each other at a regular, consistent basis yet, and it does just come with time. I mean, we only have played a handful of games. We're not even a fourth of the way through the season, so you can't expect them to come together that quick. And I think that's why the errors are there. I think as we go further along, obviously we're off to a hot defensive start, but the further we go into the season, I think the more consistent, the more efficient we will be on defense.
As the rain is lightly falling here at Doran Park, that doesn't bode well for this defense with the wet ball. But it also doesn't bode well for baseball in general. So this game might happen, it might not, Reeves. If it does, what do the Braves have to do to win?
They gotta slow down Brewster. It was a hot team lately. They pitched 2 consecutive shutouts, obviously, against Katuitt and Wareham, then won 9-1 against the Chatham Anglers last night, a team that we saw tie us here on Monday. So it's just really slowing down Brewster. And obviously, we had their number, beat them 9-1 in the second game of the season, so I'm looking for more of the same. Just get out to a hot start early. Obviously, you feel confident when Andrew Taylor's on the mound, and you just need the bats to be a little hotter. The bats have been a little quiet from Monday to Wednesday, so here on Thursday, and tough with the rain, but maybe it's, be disciplined at the plate, because it's going to be tough to get ahead and throw strikes with a wet ball out on the mound if we do get this game in today. So be patient, be disciplined, and when a pitcher makes a mistake, make him pay for it.